Hello, YouTube world. Thanks again and welcome. Today we have yet another video, which involves stocks and bonds. And today we're going to talk about good old Uber Technologies. Excuse me. They offer car services, basically like taxi cab rides. You pay, for a ride. You can just pay with your debit card. This one came across my eyes because I'm kind of at work and kind of in the middle of a rush, and this is one of the things that I saw that could potentially lead you to a lot of money. Um, Fortunately, they don't offer a dividend yield, zero dividend yield zero. And they're going for $91.05 a share, and they are up 1.49. And so let's get right into it. As you can see, they're just now beginning to open up. And you can see exactly what's going on. Pay attention to the middle line. Green is to buy, red is to sell. As long as but the lines are between 90.52, 90.03. Let's take a look to see for the rest of the week. And as you can see right here, there's a great deal of a push, which is something that we want to look into because you don't want to invest in something and there's not really a profit coming back. And if you look, there may be a short, yeah, there's a short time of when the stock is going to have to rebuild itself to figure out exactly what's going on. It has a tendency to do that. So let's take a look for the next 3 months. And as you can see, Uber seems to show hello out there. Thanks for tuning in. Uber seems to show great promise because like I said, as long as you pay attention to this middle line here in the middle, despite what's going on at the bottom and at the top, this is exactly what you want to pay attention to right here between the lines of 94 and 90 right there. Let's see if I get a little closer. Right here is pretty much what you want to pay attention to. See, for the next 6 months, if you have any kind of apps or anything, Robinhood or anything to that such, um, definitely take a look at Uber, you know. For the next 6 months, as you can see, Uber's a great form of transportation, take you to A and B, C, anywhere you need to go. And it's kind of low key as far as like, not noticeable. And as you can see, uh, it goes above this middle line right here. Green is to buy, red is to sell. Let's take a look for the next year. Yep. And you want to make sure you pay attention to the green, right? Because if you try to get a stock that has a lot of red, you may not see a lot of profit. But as long as you look for a stock that, when you look to see, like for 2 years, as long as you see that the graph or the stock is above this middle line and it shows a lot of green above it, that's a strong indicator that the stock could potentially grow you some wealth for you and your family. Let's take a look for the next 5 years. Now, again, these are all predictions, but with Uber being a pretty well-known company for years and years, you pretty much almost guaranteed positive results, because a lot of people do take Uber, including myself for the most part. But in between 78 and 58, that line right here, and boom, straight across the middle. Um, because there's an imaginary dot that's right here that you really can't see, but because of how the graph is made, it's kind of noticeable. So let's take a look for the next 10 years. And as you can see, it shows a great deal of a profit and potentially some money to come back. And this is basically what you want to see. Anything above this middle line, and if it's green. Day trading is kind of similar, but you got to have it to where, you got to have all kind of like different lineups and different settings and different kind of charts and reads to really understand that. So the overall 10 years, as you can see, right? Green is to buy, red is to sell. Even though this is going on down here, it's still green. And especially back in this area right here, top performances. Um, yeah, and that's pretty much it. Once you learn the graph, once you learn what's going on, once you learn exactly what to look for, when to buy, when to sell, um, it definitely will be a good thing to learn. Hopefully, sometime in the future, I will pull up my own app and show you guys pretty much how I learn. Um, but for the day, let's take a little cancel. Hold on. For the day, right? This is what's going on in the stock market. They should be open now, but S&P 500 is not too bad. Dow Jones is not too bad. But those are the two main ones you want to pay attention to. I just want to say thanks for tuning in. You guys are amazing. Until next time, next video, stay investing.